Welcome to another quick hit review. It is the 6th of June. I have around 8 currency pairs that I'm looking at. Just before we get started, we do have a fair bit of news out today. Yen at 9.25, pound at 10, euro at 12.45, CAD and euro at 1.30. So all of them fairly high impact news events. Just watch that if you are in lower time frame trades. We could see some movement on those currency pairs. So there's a few trades that I'm in this morning. Let's run through the Aussie dollar CAD first of all. So here on the Aussie dollar CAD, we put a structure level on at our lows just here, and we did come into this minor level. I am still expecting price to come down to this lower level, and if we put a structure level on up here, price has now come into this level of resistance. And you can see there's a little bit of a battle going on. Yesterday we had a lower low, lower close candle. So here on the 240, I'm going to leave a structure level on at the closes of the candles, which was this one here. And from that point, in fact, ignore that. No, ignore that. Okay, it's going to go on the closes of the candles just here. And you can see that we actually were in this structure level here, and this structure level comes within that wick. If we look further left, we've got another couple of tests right here, and then we've got a few tests just here as well. So this is certainly an area that's seen a reaction in the past. So we could see a reaction again in the future. Now, what interests me is this. We had this move higher, a pullback, a move higher. I'm going to be looking for a violation of this outside return. May not be today, but I'm going to be then looking for a pullback and an entry reason and a chance to play, if this is a head and shoulders, play for something like an AB equals CD pattern for target ones, and then I'll look at holding secondary targets for a retest of the lows. If we go to the euro yen, we are potentially now looking at a reversal. We are still in the euro yen within this wick, and we saw some relief, but then yesterday we got sucked all the way back down. See this big pin bar, and we could be now seeing a reversal to come down for a retest of the lows. Obviously we've got no confirmation of that. Here on the 240 though, we are in trend, so we had a move lower, an outside return, a move lower, an outside return, a move lower, an outside return. And you've already had an entry into this for trend continuation. The lower low, lower close was right here, looking for a retest of the lows as a minimum. I missed this trade. I didn't really do a review yesterday, but here on the 60 we had a move lower, and then we've kind of been making this movement. Look at this beautiful 3-bar reversal here, just indicating that we can go lower. Technically still haven't made a new low because of these wicks, but what I would do here is just drop down to the 15, and you can look at being, well, I was going to say look at being aggressive here on the shorting opportunities, but when you're aggressive you do want small pullbacks and longer extensions. We're not quite getting that. So I think I'm going to wait for the 60, see if we can get a little pop here, and then another entry reason to give me a better reward to risk, because currently this is 100 pips of risk for 75 of reward. So I'm going to be waiting on that one, or at least I'm going to be monitoring the lower time frames to see if we can get that move lower. Euro New Zealand. We haven't violated this daily structure level, and I am looking at this market coming lower. So I'm going to put a structure level on at the closes of the candles and at the highs. And as you can see, we came into that zone and we've now started to see a reversal off it. If we go to the 240, there just isn't a great deal here. That's the problem. Yeah, we are now within this level of structure just here. That concerns me. And we have had the RSI here go oversold. If we zoom in, you can see that we've got long wicks to the downside. We've got no clear violation, so this is a decision point whether we come lower or whether we maybe see a pop back up to this structure level. If we go to the 60, here on the 60 you already have your confirmation. So we had a move lower, a pullback, a move lower. In fact, that move lower came down to here, a pullback, and then you have already now just here had a confirmed break below, close below. So if you go to the 15 is looking like the same, move lower, pullback, move lower, pullback, looking for a retest of the lows or a continuation. You have already had the lower low, lower close. Let's just check out the 5 range. Nothing. Let's check out the 5 minute. No, not even a double top. So it's one to monitor. If we keep coming lower here, we are just about in trend. It's very ugly, but look at getting involved with a trend continuation trade, even dropping down to the 5 range for an entry on that one. Pound Aussie. Pound Aussie still at that structure level I've been talking about. Still, I do believe we can see a good pop here to the upside of a few hundred pips. Last couple of days you can see that we've been putting in indecision. No higher close candle just yet though. Let's go to the 240. Just still consolidation. We did see a bit of a breakout that I've been talking about, and just here if I put this structure level on, this candle has now closed above this entire level. You could look at this being a double bottom. We did have the RSI confirmation with divergence. It of course did happen within our kill zone, which is the highlighted area of the wicks. It's just this formation for me is not good enough for a double bottom. If it is for you, I would look at it as a 26.18 and look at buying the 61.8 fib. I'm personally going to wait for something a little better. Here on the 60 actually, you can look at this as being valid already. You can see the double bottom we've had here. We've had the clear breakout and the pullback for the 26.18 on the 60. Well, you didn't have the RSI confirmation, but I can take the RSI from 30 because it's a pound pair. And again, you have already had the breakout, and just here where my crosshairs are, that was a confirmed break above, close above, giving you a 26.18 opportunity. I just want something more. This is a big trade, and you're looking at, if you're using a 26.18 aggressively, you're looking at around 65 pips of risk. Looks like I've just been filled my dollar yen trade. We'll come to that shortly. What I do like, but it's not offering anything, is this opportunity here, but it's not meeting the rules for a flag pattern. I am going to be keeping a close eye on it though. Let me just throw back on that 61.8 fib. I'm just looking for some internal structure. You see we double topped up here, and it's all a bit of a mess if I'm honest. Well, you know, this could be valid here on this time frame. So for a flag we'd be looking at 1, 2, 3. The fourth would be down here. I will be waiting for that 61.8 fib to get hit. Is there any kind of structure here? No. No, this one might be one where we come into the 61.8. You look for a confirmed double bottom with a violation, or even a breakout and a pullback and something like a 3-bar reversal just here. It's one I'm just going to wait for. I want a reduced amount of risk on this trade. So it's an opportunity. Pound dollar, we're looking at head and shoulders. It's some ways away if I'm honest with you. Said before that we were looking for this bigger move. Okay, down at the 127 we also had this AB equals CD pattern, just like that, and we have already come into that kill zone. We have held structure. We did have the RSI confirmation, but what we've done here is, just to clarify this, we've put in a big hammer. but we haven't violated structure. So even though this looks like trend continuation to the downside, there is no confirmation here on the daily time frame. To me, this is this is indicating we can come down a little ways before we're going to continue going higher. So because I have that mindset, when I come to the 240, I'm still looking at this potential head and shoulders. So left shoulder, head, we've come up and held structure, and if we are seeing a reversal, because we haven't had an initial structure high, I will be looking for conservative targets within the wicks. I'll be dropping down to the 60, the 60 down at this point. Just here we have this psychological number 12600, and I'll be looking for a double bottom. So I'll be looking for the market to double bottom like this, get an entry and look at riding this up for first targets here. Second target's playing for that 38.2 of the bigger pattern, still a ways off that. Dollar yen, sounds like I've just, yep, I'm now involved with this trade, head and shoulders. So structure level on just here on the dailies at our lows. You can see that we have not come down into them, so I do believe price can come lower. But yesterday we had a lovely higher high, higher close, and if I just move this up, we have actually come into the psychological number 10800, and if we look left, we have actually just a very minor level of internal structure on the dailies. I'm going to move this up, so we've got this on the closes of the candles, and we've also got it on the lows of the wicks. So we've had 1 test, 2 test, 3, 4, and this is happening at that psychological number 108. So because we have had the higher high, higher close yesterday, I would expect to move into this next structure level, which is all the way up here, paying close attention to this level. So if we go down to the 240, what do we have? Well, we've got a double bottom right here. We have had the RSI confirmation. So on this first test, we did go oversold with divergence. And what we've now got is this candle here has actually broken above this one. So it's broken above the V point, giving us a valid double bottom, and we are now pulling back for a 2618. Now the good thing about this is that we only did just violate the V point, so that means that we've got a very deep retracement for a 2618, and this will give us a very nice reward to risk. What we also have is we've got a swing in the market, we've got a very directional move, we've got a pullback for a left shoulder, then we've got a double-headed head and shoulders, we've got a violation of the V point of the double bottom. Now this is important, this here is the outside return, and here we have not violated it. So we've got a confirmed double bottom because we violated the V point of the double bottom, but we have not violated the outside return, so that's one thing to bear in mind. Here on the 60, exactly the same. We've got the 2618 confirmed double bottom, but no violation of the left shoulder. But this is valid for me. We've just come down into that 61.8 fib, so now I've just been filled with a limit order. I'm just going to make sure that I've got everything positioned correctly here. ATR is 11, so 11 we're looking at, yeah, I've actually gone 14 pips below the low just to give this a bit of breathing room, and then looking for a retest of, yeah, I'm going to make it that lower level. I'm going to be 2 pips, 3 pips in front of that psychological number 109 flat, which is before this internal structure level. So let's have a look here. Looking at 39 pips of risk for a reward of 88. If you want more confirmation and you want to violate the outside return, wait for a move higher, another pullback, and then a chance to get involved with the trade. Dollar CAD still in the cipher from the other day. If you're still looking for long opportunities, we've come close to targets, but we're not in trend. I'd say drop down to your lower time frames and look for a trend opportunity to get involved here. There isn't anything, to be honest with you. No, we've violated structure here on the 15, so if we do enter trend before we hit the 38.2 fib up there, then just watch out for that. I believe price can actually go a little bit higher, but I'm just going to be watching how price moves on that one.